When you get into a tight place and everything goes against you, never give up then, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. Harriet Beecher Stowe. My friends, stick with this. You can do it. 10 to 15 minutes a day is all we ask. Follow these charts. You've got to do it on a daily basis so you can learn the nuances of what it is that is going on and what you are seeing. Let's see where things are this week as the market continues to plug away. We see everything up for the day. That is our two stock indexes, 20-year bonds, gold, and Bitcoin. We will start off, as we always do, with the S&P 500, still in a confirmed down move on that weekly chart. And of course, we have the two-day chart that crossed over here recently. Let's move this so we can see what's actually going on this week. We'll move the crossover and the vertical crossover on the two-day so you can see what's going on the weekly. We have a red spinning top. Solid red spinning top means indecision tending down, price percent oscillators negative, derivative oscillator just barely negative on that weekly chart. Up for the day just a little bit, 0.23%. Check out the two-day chart and let me move this. When I mess around with it on the weekly, it never goes back to the right place on the two-day. What do we see happening? Well, we had continued down movement after the crossover. I say continued down movement, a slowdown in the down movement. That's what the solid green means. We see the price percent oscillator has gone flat. Derivative oscillator still gaining downward momentum. We can see, though, that the two-day candle representing Tuesday and Wednesday slow down in the down movement. The first day of this latest two-day candle up movement has pierced whatever you want to call that not so good two-day trend line, whatever it was, it has been pierced. Market is moving up. We'll see what happens on Friday overall. Haven't had a crossover yet on that two-day. So again, bad jobs report. Crazy stuff on Monday about the pandemic coming back. All those things have had some effects on the market. Market shrugged off the bad jobs report. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to not do that tomorrow. So again, we'll watch, we'll see. Of course, your profit and loss bands are always in effect. Pay attention to what's going on. Is this two-day recross going to work for us or against us? We'll continue to watch and see. And Friday, hopefully we'll wrap the week up with some dispositive information so we can make some good decisions. What do we see on the half day? Well, the half day crossed over going up in the morning, a little bit higher in the afternoon. Of course, on Wednesday afternoon, it pushed through that two-day trend line. So now you have the half day is actually confirmed. Let me find this half day trend line. There we go. This half day, and this is how easy trend lines are to draw on this. Those who don't know what we use every day, we use TC2000. I think, this is my opinion, and I know there are tens of thousands of people that agree with me, it is the best charting software there is. In fact, I'm using the web-based browser, which I can utilize anywhere in the world. It has my charts loaded up on it. If you look in the show notes, you will see a link to get $25 off if you subscribe. The free version is freestockcharts.com. The paid version, TC2000. And again, $25 off. Plus, you will see a link there to the charts that we use every day. So you don't have to set the charts up. You can just cut and paste our charts in there. So consider that. And again, use our $25 off coupon. It does put a little bit of money in the pocket here at chartingwealth.com to help pay for everything that the Patreon members, of course, help us with every month. That is the webmaster, the website cost, the emailing service, the texting service, all that free stuff we give you guys. So you want to support us, subscribe through us to TC2000, and you want to have the best charting software there is, you got it, and it's available across the board. The beautiful thing about it is you're using a friend's computer, your computer, you're traveling, boom, you got it right there on the web-based version. You don't have to download anything. That's what I'm using right now. So we had that crossover. We see where the derivative oscillator went positive also at the end of the day. So again, Keep your eye on this 2-day. It's flat. We do see that the signal line is heading toward that. So do, closely watch that over the course of the day on Friday, and we'll see just where things are a-going. Now let's leave the S&P 500, go to the Qs, up 0.66% for the day. We have an open box spinning top. So again, that is a slowdown in the up movement. That's what that red open box means. We've got, of course, movement on the top and bottom, meaning there's a lot of indecision. Price percent oscillators edging up, so is it's hard to tell. Derivative oscillators about flat. That's the weekly. What about the 2-day? Just refusing to cross over, going down. Isn't that interesting? We'll watch, wait and see if it's going to bounce off that and move away. The derivative oscillator did go negative. We have a green candle that is forming after a few days of, again, halting downward movement. So we'll watch, wait and see how that happens. You can see also that, like the S&P, the Nasdaq 100 turned around there during the course of the day on Thursday and is heading up. Try to draw a good trend line here. Can we connect 3 candles? Yes, we can. Anybody can connect 2 candles. If you can connect 3, even more helpful. So that's where we are on the Qs. We'll continue to watch and see how our 2 favorite stock indexes wrap up for the week on Friday. What about 20-year bonds? Up for the day, 0.91%. Again, continuing that beautiful up move. Nice big up candle, wick on top. Derivative oscillator gaining upward momentum. Price percent oscillator heading up. First day of the latest 2-day candle. What do we see there? We see a red doji. Now you might say, wait a minute, Tom, you just said it was up almost 1%. This is the Heikin Ashi candlestick. It shows us what? It shows the average pace of price movement. Heikin Ashi is not high open, low close. It is completely different. In fact, I'm going to put at the end of today's training the Heikin Ashi information. It's probably, I think it is. It's up to 200,000 or something like that. People have taken that training. It is our most popular training we've put out. It's the #1, I believe, that's there on YouTube. I'm going to connect that at the end of today's video. If you don't know what Heikin Ashi candlesticks are about, you want an easier, what I think more effective candlestick charting method, this is it. So that's what the Heikin Ashi is showing us. Price percent oscillator is a little more than flat. Derivative oscillator, which is our leading indicator, a triple smooth version of the relative strength index, is losing some momentum. But again, that's first day of this latest 2-day candle. What about the half day? It is still down, actually heading down maybe a little more. Derivative oscillator gaining downward momentum, but we look at the Heikin Ashi candlesticks. They're moving up, didn't penetrate the 2-day trend line, or actually came back into the trend line, but still heading down. What we're really paying the most attention to is the weekly overall, which is looking good, and this 2-day, which is still decent. So again, little warning here with that red spinning top. Pay attention to that. See what things look like. If you're still in this 2-day recross trade that we got in quite a while back, that has been very good to us, somewhere around the 136 mark, to a high of what? 152.71. Gorgeous. Okay, that's where we are as we end the day on 20-year bonds and on our indexes. Let's go to gold. First, of course, we will start with the weekly chart. And again, trying to chug along, but having a hard time doing it. We'll move the 2-day away. You can see how the candlestick has gotten smaller as we've moved along, but it is trying to track up. We look at what's happening. No crossover going up in gold. Was really hoping for that. Unless there's a big up day in gold tomorrow, probably not going to happen this week. Derivative oscillator about flat. Again, that price percent oscillator still negative. 2-day, where are we? The 2-day is, oh, and I need to move this back to the right spot. There we go. The 2-day at this point is still positive, barely. We can see where gold sort of peaked and started rolling over. First day of this latest 2-day candle, red down candle. and the derivative oscillator losing a little bit of momentum. And again, price percent oscillator is pretty much laminated. But with that weekly not crossing over, we're not doing anything with gold at this point. What about the half day? It is still, the price percent oscillator still heading down, derivative oscillator negative, losing downward momentum. Saw things down in the morning, recovering a wee bit in the afternoon, but overall, you know, gold is just in one of those iffy positions that you'd be a fool to do anything with gold right now. According to our charts, it's just hanging there. Now, maybe it's waiting for something to sort out in the market. Maybe if the bad news that's come in this week catches up and affects it, maybe not. And you know what? Those are all maybes. We don't trade on maybes. We wait to have indicator verified decision making. Now, let's lastly take a look at Bitcoin, up for the day 1.27%. Still though, Bitcoin down, the overall hang is down, price percent oscillator still heading down, derivative oscillator continuing to lose some of its downward momentum. But remember, our primary indicator is the price percent oscillator, still negative. Now the 2-day, nice to see the first day of this latest 2-day candle, a green open box. It's tiny, but it's trying to do that. Price percent oscillators trying to move away from the red signal line. That is where things typically start. And if you have enough up movement on the 2-day, it eventually rotates the weekly over. That's where the 2-day is right now. We can see 2 days of okay up movement for Bitcoin over the last 4 half-day time frames. So we'll continue to hope that Bitcoin finds a bottom, and my friends, when it starts to move up, we'll be ready to practice trade it. That's where we are as we end the day on Thursday, going into Friday. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World headquarters.